Welcome back to Terraria, Colbaria, and my goal is to fight the Wall of Flesh before the end of this episode. I've got a few final preparations for things that I want to do. One of them is I have some meteorite and some amethyst. I'm going to construct a purple phase blade, not because a purple phase blade is any good, although it's not bad actually. Yeah. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Demonic 24. Not nearly as good as the Night's Edge. However, once I get some crystal shards, I will be able to combine that with some crystal shards and turn it into a phase saber that apparently is a very good weapon. I've never actually had one before, but apparently that's one of the things that I want to have. I've done some off-camera work that you might notice already. For one, my life is up to 415 because I did some more spelunking around the jungle and managed to find another life fruit that for whatever reason is already there pre-hard mode, and so that is very nice. And I also crafted up a bunch of abominations because Queen Bee... Can you summon Queen Bee at night? Can you summon Queen Bee anywhere? Let's find out. Apparently I can't summon it at night. We'll try during the daytime and we'll see if we need to be in the jungle or something. But Queen Bee drops a lot of money. It has a few other drops that might be useful. The bee nades in particular could be useful in certain boss battles, I believe. But I also went to the underworld, spent some more time there, and managed to find the Dark Lance, which is something that I wanted. Spear weapons are pretty nice for being able to push back a bunch of enemies, and they can hit oftentimes multiple times. And the Flower of Fire. And both of these things I spent a little bit of money reforging. And so Dark Lance hits for 30. Flower of Fire, 51 magic damage, is now my most powerful weapon right now. I reforged it to Masterful. Reforged the Phoenix Blaster. I don't think I've ever fired this thing, but we have some decent ammo for it. We still have the Demon Scythe, which also still doesn't suck. And I reforged my pickaxe just to give it a little bit more speed. And let's see, I made a list over here. So we got the Queen Bees, we got the Phase Blade. Potions. In fact, let me go ahead and start carrying around potions. I have crafted up even more. Iron Skin and Regen, I think, will be kind of the main things that I will want to have on me kind of all the time. Just because the beginning of hard mode is really tough. I also made... I have some pho, which gives me minor improvement to all stats, but I've gone on so many fishing quests that I cooked up a lot of cooked fish, which also is minor improvements to all stats, so that'll be another nice buff to have on me during hard mode. And let's see. Yeah, for fighting bosses, I could also grab some Thorns potions, and some Night Owl potions might be useful for traveling around and different types of things. And let me look at my list. Yeah, I think the other thing I want to do basically is try to fight Queen Bee. So we're going to see if we can fight Queen Bee during the day. It is still about a minute away, and so I guess I'll see you guys in a minute. One other thing that I did is I improved this arena with more campfires and heart lanterns. I think this is long enough that I would be able to, for example, kite the destroyer back and forth pretty well, and find different places that I could stand to be kind of like away from his arc. He'll hopefully be the first of the mechanical bosses that we try to fight. And, oh, I wanted to check on how many crates I have to get a sense of 56, 33... I might be able to get some good stuff without having to break demon altars. But in any case, it's daytime. Why did all of my... I thought I saw them all like walk really quickly and then stop moving and then start walking again. That was kind of weird. We're going to check on Batfish. I believe I actually have some of those staved up. I do. So the good news is I'm in good shape with fishing quests because I've got a lot of different things saved up. Tackle box! Oh, hey! I've been waiting to get that. Decreases chance of bait consumption. Great. So we will have that ready for future fishing stuff as well. I've got the tackle box, and I've got the angler hat, and the angler vest. I still haven't gotten the earring. Right. In any case, what were we going to do? We were going to try to tackle Queen Bee. Let me quickly deposit some more bait in there. I've got plenty of bait. Let's see if we can summon Queen Bee. Alright, can't seem to summon her here, so maybe we have to be in the jungle, is my guess. So I'm going to head over to the jungle and see what we need to do in order to fight Queen Bee a bunch of times. Alright, if I'm just in the above ground jungle, can we get summon Queen Bee over here? Yes, we can. Okay, so I think this should be a good place to do some fighting. And I imagine that this is going to be really easy. But maybe I shouldn't count my chickens before they're hatched, and I think probably the demon side will be good if Queen Bee's going to be flying way up here. Of course, I've managed to run out of mana already, so let's keep that in mind. That I don't have unlimited supplies of mana. But nevertheless, I can even do, yeah, melee kind of style here, and yeah, if I can get close enough to fire with Fire Flower, then that'll work good. Alright, yeah, I don't expect that this is going to be too difficult. And I wonder, can I summon... Let me go ahead and kill off my first Queen Bee, just to make sure that everything's going to go okay. But I wonder if I can summon more than one Queen Bee at a time, and fight multiple of them. And so that's something that we'll check out shortly. But for now, let's just finish off the first one. There's a crazy vulture stuck underneath my little bridge through here. As you can tell, I've made kind of a land bridge through the jungle just because there's so many underwater places that are kind of a pain in the neck to cross otherwise, and so this just makes the jungle much easier to traverse. And I'm not worried about meteorites. I don't need meteorite for anything. At this point, I don't believe. Yeah, okay, so you can't shoot the Flower of Fire very high into the air is the one kind of drawback of that otherwise very good weapon. But there we go. Another honeycomb, which also might be useful in certain situations, so I should keep that in mind. And yeah, life is doing just fine. It actually, since I'm going to be fighting a few of them out here, let's go ahead and throw down a campfire and a heart lantern since I have so many of them. Just to help my life regeneration. But I'm curious to see if I can fight two bees at once. So let's find that out. It doesn't appear that I can. Alright. And so it looks like these will be one at a time kind of fights. That's fine. I can live with that. Yeah, and I'm mostly doing this for the bee nades and for the extra money that I can use for reforging things in the future in hard mode. I don't know that any of these fights are going to be all that interesting, and so I'll probably just cut this down into highlights or see you when you're done. Queen Bee down! Woohoo! Alright, if you keep dropping mana stars on me, then I'm just going to keep hitting you with the demon sight. Figure this thing out. Come on, Queen Bee. I expect a better fight than that. Queen Bee down! Queen Bee trophy. Woohoo! And we're already up to 32 gold, and I still have plenty more Abeeminations. Queen Bee is awoken! What a surprise! Who would have expected to see Queen Bee out here? Oh boy. Queen Bee has been defeated. What a surprise. More bee nades. Terrific. My inventory is just about filled up, actually. And so I think I'm going to take a short break and sell off some extra stuff, clear out my inventory a little bit, and we'll be right back. Alright, the inventory has been cleared up. Let's fight some more bees. I should practice with some other weapons. I wonder if I can hit them with a Dark Lance. Let's try to practice seeing if that's like a possible thing to do. Yeah, that actually, yeah, that hits for a lot pretty quickly. Alright, I'm happy with that. Go ahead and set the bee on fire a little bit with the usual weapons. Alright, let's go try the Dark Lance again. Woohoo! Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Queen Bee, you don't like that, do you? You don't like it one bit. Well, that's just tough, because the Dark Lance is what you're gonna get! Hiya! 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 Alright, and we'll switch to some of this. And just for good measure, I think we ought to use some Demon Scythe, because it would be a shame if we had a Queen Bee battle that didn't involve the Demon Scythe. Alright, very nice. And since I'm not getting close enough, it seems like it's not charging as much or something. I don't have a good sense of exactly... Like, Queen Bee has a predictable pattern, but I don't know exactly when kind of like transforms from one to the other. Honeyed goggles. Summons a rideable bee mount. Whoa! I can fly! Can I fly anywhere? I think I can fly anywhere. Is this unlimited flight? Oh, no, it did run out of flying power. But that is pretty awesome. I think I did not remember that that was a possible thing that you could get. Bzz, 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 bzz. Alright, that is really cool. I might use that to fly around the map and kind of paint in the rest of the map that we didn't manage to cover with gravitation potions. But I'll do that at another point in time. For right now, the thing that I need to do is awaken a queen bee. Because it just needs to be done, let's face it, people. I've got a big surprise for everybody. Are you ready for the surprise? You'll never guess what it's going to be. What it's going to be. Queen bee has been defeated. That was the surprise. It wasn't much of a surprise, was it? Alright. More crazy stuff. More bee nades. I'm very happy. Ah! Queen bee has been defeated. Queen bee has been defeated. Woohoo! Taste the dark lance, queen bee. Oh yeah. Oh, you're in the perfect position. Just get repeatedly speared. Queen bee has been defeated. Queen bee has been defeated. What a surprise. It's a fresh day, so let's talk about fishing quests really quick. Ah, batfish again. Guess what? Still have another one stored up, Maddie. Congratulations. Angler pants! Wow! I don't think I've ever had the angler pants. That's amazing. And so the mining pants will have to go away for now. So I can keep those in the social slot for the next time I need to go on a fishing quest. And so I'll have to store the mining pants away in here with things that are pretty. Every once in a while, Queen Bee just seems to get stuck and just hover regardless of what you're doing, almost, it seems like. And that works out really well for me. Not so well for Queen Bee. See what I mean? See you later, Queen Bee. Woo! Alright, well I highly recommend fighting Queen Bee and creating lots of the abominations in order to get both more money as well as some great loot kind of early in hard mode in terms of that crazy bee summoning mount that lets you fly around. Yeah, because this is just super useful for farming up all the things that I want to get pre-hard mode. So, yes, Queen Bee is the way to go. Queen Bee and another bee trophy. Woo! That's right, you just sit there in one spot. No problem. I think it's great. I think you have exactly the right strategy for defeating me. Oh no, I defeated you instead. Who could have seen it coming? Alright, Queen Bee. I believe I have one more abomination left, which is good, because I can barely keep all the stuff in my inventory that I need to keep. Let's go ahead and do one more. Alright, there we go. I happen to know the vanity items don't have any value in terms of selling them. And so those objects I will just throw in the trash. We'll pick up all the other stuff and move on to whatever we have next. And I believe I see Pinky hiding down here. Hello, Pinky! So let's go Pinky as well, just to get a little bit more gold, because we just don't have enough. With 75 and a whole bunch more honeycombs to sell. Oh my goodness. Look at this, I'm up to 6 platinum. It's amazing. Okay, I think it's time to move on. I am going to grab the molten armor in order to increase my defenses, because it's time to fight the wall of flesh. And just in case I end up mining some of that stuff, do I want to have this axe on me? Sure, we'll go ahead and swap this out. I don't know if I'm going to be mining those hard mode ores or not. And let's see, I'm going to need some guide voodoo dolls. And I'm going to go through my other checklist really quick and see if there's anything else I need to do. I'm going to bring multiple guide voodoo dolls back downstairs. I guess it just turned nighttime, so the guide isn't going to respawn, probably. So I'll just bring a couple of them. That should be enough. We'll try to fight the wall of flesh. Let me definitely quick stack away my money so that we don't lose it. I've got all kinds of buffs. I've got my bee-nades, which I hear are very good against the wall of flesh. Let me check my checklist and see if there's anything else before we go fight him. Yep, it's always good to check your checklist. I did see one other thing that I want to do before... Ooh, let's go ahead and harvest some fire blossoms. Not that I need them necessarily. I've got a lot of them stored up at this point. Pretty good in terms of being able to create potions, I think. This is the thing I wanted to do, which is clear out my jungle so that hopefully there will be room for life fruit. I forget, did the life fruit start growing immediately in hard mode? Or do you have to get past like a certain point before the life fruit start growing? I don't remember off the top of my head, but we'll go ahead and clear this out. I'll try to leave the torches here, so that if they do start growing, I'll be able to get them as fast as possible. And then we'll head downstairs and we will fight the wall of flesh. And from there, everything is gonna go crazy, because that's how this game works. Alright, here's where we're gonna fight him. I think, oh, I hear a demon over here, so let's deal with him really quick. But we are just going to throw a guide voodoo doll in here. Alright. And... buff! And I hear these bee-nades are good weapons against the wall of flesh, and especially the hungry, and so we will try that. We'll use some of this crazy fire flower and try to grab some more mana. And do some demon scythe. And throw a few more bee-nades, just for good measure. And then try to see how he's doing on hit points. Oh yeah, he's already halfway down, not a problem. This should not be a big deal. So we'll try to hit him with some of that. Let's do a little bit of range damage with the Phoenix Blaster. For funsies, how many hit points do you have, Wall Flesh? Oh, 600? Yeah, not a problem. And I'm doing just fine. Alright, so yeah, hurry up and die, hurry up and die. There we go. Breaker Blade is possibly worth using. Let's go ahead and grab all the other loot in here. We'll get some bad frame rate as the ancient forces of Light and Dark are released and update the world. We've got some wraiths. The ancient spirits of Light and Dark have been released. And did I get a slow debuff? I did. Something hit me with slowness, and so that's kind of a bummer. I want to check on what time it is to get a sense of if the guide is going to respawn anytime soon, and if he is, we'll try fighting the Wall of Flesh again. And if not, then I guess we will start doing some of the hard mode stuff that we need to do. I guess getting crystal shards, I think, is probably one of my top priorities. This hits for 47 melee damage. This hits for 51. I just want to see, I think this is slow. Yeah, it's reasonably fast. How does it do in terms of size? It's a little bit bigger, but the Knight's Blade hits harder, and so I think I'll continue using the Knight's Edge, because I do have a large one. Heyo. Alright, so time of day is 2 a.m. We might get another guide. Does he arrive at 4:30 in the morning? I'm kind of tempted to stay down here for a short period of time. Is there any other stuff that I can do down here now? We can look at the map and see if the map kind of actually updates in real time and shows you where the hallow and the... I don't know that it does. I think you have to actually go and visit places on the map. Alright, we could run back down here quickly if we want to fight the guide. Fight the Wall of Flesh again. So instead, let's head up here and let's determine which side of the map has a new corruption and which side of the map has hallow, and then we'll know where we need to go caving in order to find some crystal shards in the underground hallow. And that'll be one of our next priorities, I do believe. Because I understand that the Phase Saber is a weapon where you can hold down the button and it swings really fast, and that is typically a super awesome thing for doing high amounts of damage, and also for not tiring out your index finger. Okay, here are some new hard mode enemies. That one fights at night. It's not a blizzard, and so we wouldn't be able to fight the frost dude, who actually drops some things that you can make some great armor out of. So if it does start raining really hard, we should consider coming over here to see if we can fight one of those guys, although it would probably tear me to pieces. So I guess there's trade-offs. Okay, it looks like there's corruption running through here. And I think that's a new corruption. So it seems like we have corruption on the left. Yeah, because I see all kinds of new purpley bits over here. So yeah, we definitely had corruption kind of like going diagonally through this section of the map. Okay, so corruption's going to be on the left, which means hallow's going to be on the right. Hallow is the thing I'm more interested in. It is a new day. Let's talk about fishing quests really quick. Mirage fish. Purple in color. I see, that's a new one. First day, we're not going to worry about new fishing quests. But we are going to see if a new guide spawned. Can I see him on the map easily over here? If he did, I've got all kinds of houses scattered all over the map. And so he might be in a different house. Oh, I guess I can just look at him on the housing menu. Does the guide show up? He does not, so the guide's not back yet. So we can't fight the wall of flesh again. And so in that case, I'm going to plant some more day bloom because I'll probably need them for some more future potion brewing. I'm going to drop off a few things. We're going to go to the right and try to find some hallow. And yeah, get a sense of exactly where we need to go underground. And I guess I'll hold on to these things for the moment. I don't see myself using the breaker blade, so I'm going to put it away. Although if we reforge it, let's try to reforge it really quick. I've got plenty of money, and that might make it better than the Knight's Edge. So let's grab a platinum and go talk to the Goblin Tinkerer. Hey, buddy. Tell me how much it costs to reforge this crazy thing. Ooh, 5 gold. That's pretty expensive, but let's at least try it a couple of times. Deadly, 52, extra damage, extra speed. Okay, now it's definitely better than the Knight's Edge. So that was totally worth it. That'll be great. So we can now put away the Knight's Edge and move to the right, try to find the hallow. And then we'll know where we need to go caving for crystal shards. It'll presumably be down in the jungle. Although is the jungle... Okay, Seth the guide has arrived. Poor Seth. A different Seth than the one from Minecraft, I imagine. Alright, so we've got beautiful hallow over here, which is great. I'm also going to need to kill pixies for pixie dust. Alright, so in any case, if this is all kind of hallowy stuff over here, then we might not have to go... It might actually be down in here where we find some hallow. Let's try going back down here, actually. Since there's hallow on the surface here, and here's already a pixie. Oh man. Even with this awesome sword, it took 4 hits to kill a mere pixie. We are going to be fighting some very difficult enemies here in hard mode.